Hey, this is ScoutPhotographyBonsai.com. Today I'm going to show you the Bushhawk mount. Got this quite a while back. When my friends went hunting, I went with them and I wanted to do photography instead of what they were doing, so this seemed like a good fit for that style or that condition. So it's a camera mount. You can use it like, a gun, I guess you could say. It's very good for panning. It's a plastic material, and then this is an add-on for the second grip. Loosen this. You can actually take this piece off or rotate it and lock it down. So you've got like that. When you use this to the side, it doesn't look as weapon-like, I guess you could say. You can adjust various things. Came with a rubber padding thing, but I threw it away because it smelled extremely bad. You could use it for various situations, videography, wildlife photos. I honestly don't use it that much because it looks very serious. I'm going to put a little setup together. Back when I first got this mount, my friend who works in a machine shop helped me make this adapter, so I'll show you why it's important. And I also made a cable for my Pentax cameras. Uses standard audio connectors, very standard, and then the smaller, I think it's 2.5 and 3.5 millimeter connectors. So this goes to the camera, that goes to the Bushhawk. It just uses reversed cables than an actual audio cable. It's pretty simple to put together. Pentax K7 and a 300 millimeter f4 lens. So normally with the Bushhawk, you connect the camera right here. The problem is that easily shifted. I don't know why they designed it like that, but they're probably designing it for many different cameras, that can't do anything special to kind of prevent that shifting with especially large lenses. So what I did with my friend is this metal bracket, and it locks down into these two holes. They did think ahead and they put these two different screw holes. This one, you bought this extra. The mount does come with a screw for the camera, but this is one bought at a hardware store because it's longer. So you connect your camera right here, but then there's this secondary screw mount. So we made this bracket. Just connects like this. And this second screw goes in there. You just lock it down. So what this does is gives quite a bit more stability. We custom designed this bracket to work with the 300 millimeter f4 because it has its own tripod mount. That's how we set it up. So it's not going to shift at all because this connects to the lens's tripod mount. And then we use some spacers in the back here to connect the camera itself. So here is the Bushhawk with the custom bracket that my friend made for me. It's got the Pentax 300 millimeter f4 with the K7. Has two holes. So the front hole is just for the camera and the lens. However, I put a second hole that works with, if I use this Kenko 1.5x PZAF teleconverter. So that fits right in between the camera and lens. And then I have a second hole for that if I want extra range. So it's kind of difficult to set up, but once it's there, it's pretty solid setup. With the teleconverter, it's difficult to autofocus, but it does work. I mean, if you're panning, it's still a challenge. It's of course easier with just the camera and lens. Our 300 times 1.5 is a pretty long range with the crop factor. It's not that easy to use, but it does work. So that is the Bushhawk mount. forgot to mention, here's the trigger, and with that connector I made, it just goes from the Bushhawk to the camera. Pretty simple. And that does half press autofocus, and then full press is to fire off the shutter. So that was the Bushhawk with a custom bracket